Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. We know if those audio volume, audio balance, whatever you want to call it, if those seem fair. Also, Van, you're kind of getting both, Van. Funny that you say that. Because we're kind of doing some of the boring stuff today. We're going to do some interesting stuff, but we are doing some, like, we're starting with the player camera manager. I'm just, Mr. Millie, Mr. Cora, I don't know if he's here. he pointed out that recoil felt weird, and I forgot that when I created my recoil component, I forgot to hook these things up. So in order to get this to work properly, I have to work on some of this stuff, which this has been on my Notion board for a while for certain things. So like for the code, or actually I think it's some stretch goals. Maybe it's not stretch goals. Code. Should be in controller. Maybe not. I don't know. Somewhere in here, I have. It's probably priorities, huh? No, it's not. It's probably. No, it's not. It's probably optimization. It's probably stretch goal. I don't know. Somewhere in here, I have some. Well, the playtests right now are just us testing preliminary code. Like, again, right now we really don't like the game looks the same every single playtest. It's just us playing the game. We can see how it feels. Yeah, we will be recording, and I do take a lot of clips, playtests. I just don't post them. But it's just visually. Just sorry, somebody text. It's just visually the game is not at the point where. Well, that's because you left the stream early yesterday. We were talking about it. But good thing is I get to just paste this stuff in here. Boom. Look at that. Yeah. I get like Ella Langley is graded. Bruh. Fair. I don't know if I'm jamming with this playlist. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Copyright free synth. Let me do 80 synth. 80 synth music. That's got 40 videos. Here's 2 playlists. This one's nice, but I think this one works up. I don't know. I really hope this stuff is actually copyright free. I'm just trusting the name of the playlist. I guess. See. I guess if the stream gets muted, we know. All right. All right. Where's it? Who's Ella Langley? Yeah, Savage is gonna kill you.
Every
Interesting. Alrighty, sounds good. You see, with the way that I would expect this to work, that's kind of annoying. This is so weird. Why would the camera manager not have a reference to the current camera component that we are viewing? That seems like... that seems kind of stupid. It also doesn't seem like it's actually doing anything. Oh, well, maybe that's because it wasn't plugged in. Whoops. Hello? The issue that I'm trying is, or the issue that I'm trying to fix is, I want to keep the camera location and rotation the exact same. I just want to adjust the FOV. Why? Alright, I guess I don't use this function. I guess I just do all the variables in here. That's kind of annoying. Oh, alright. See you later. Thanks for coming. Not feeling the playlist. Welcome back. Huh. Very interesting. Because I made a new recoil component, the way that I do the recoil for ADS is it takes like your zoom amount and it lowers it slightly, not 100% just directly based off your ADS. So like it's like a halfway point. It's some weird math. It's just what I found to be what feels good. And yeah, it just I don't know. It's just what feels good. Ah, Sunset doesn't hate you. They're just busy.
Pleasures of love, pleasures of love, pleasures of love.
What are these playlists, dude? None of these are hitting. So, try this. Sure. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Sorry. Interesting. I think that feels right. I don't know why this music isn't hitting. Well, it's not whatever feels right to me. It's also just whatever feels fair and fun. So, I mean, I guess whatever feels fair and fun is whatever feels right, technically. So, I mean, you're not wrong. Wait, all the systems, ow. I just... By the way, I only slept for 3.5 hours last night. I had to wake up at 7 to do some stuff. And I ended up playing Hightail with some friends for way longer than I realistically should have. I think we started at like 11:30. And I played till like 2:30, 3. So, I went to bed at like 3 and woke up at like 7. So maybe 4 hours. And I'm not getting any more sleep tonight because I'm going to do like a hike tomorrow morning at like 4 a.m. Actually, I do need to see when I'm getting picked up for this hike. Because my house is right on the way from my buddy's house, so he just said he'd pick me up. What did he say? Okay, he'll pick him up around 4:30, so he'll be here at 5, so that means I can wake up at 5. It'll take me, 5 minutes to get ready. The thing I have to get put together is my backpack for extra weight, for exercise, and then I gotta get my water bottle together. But I just got to fill that thing up with water. That's it. Or lemonade. Yeah, it do be on a mountain. It's at the base of a mountain, not going all the way up to the peak. I did that a couple months ago. Actually, that was like half a year ago. Last time I hiked up to the peak, and it was a full 360 view for that peak. It's so this hike, it's called the incline. Yeah, when it was warm. It's called the incline. It's basically, if I remember correctly, a mile-high staircase. Like, it's brutal. And one of my New Year's resolutions was to do that every other week, and my calves burn every time I do it. So like, I'm gonna go into work and my legs are gonna be sitting there shaking. I'm gonna have to make sure to get enough potassium so I don't cramp up. But it's basically a mile high like just staircase basically. But there's some spots where it gets really steep. It starts off pretty mellow, but then it very quickly ramps up and it's pretty steep. And I've fairly consistently gotten sub-hour. Last time with, I think it was like a 15-pound backpack, I got 58 minutes and 53 seconds, I think was my time. So my goal for this time is bananas and pickle juice and avocados. Those are like the 3 best things for cramps that I've heard. And just making sure you have enough protein and water in your system. So but yeah, so my goal this time, I'm probably still gonna have the same 15-pound backpack, but my goal this time is to do sub 55. I want to try and get underneath 55 minutes. I'm gonna have to create like a playlist to. Yeah, pickle juice is really good. I've seen these things at Walmart that's literally, it's just like a shot of pickle juice, and it literally says it helps with cramps. Like that is the reason why they have pickle juice shots. So yeah. I was looking into bouldering for a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily my thing. It seems really fun. One of my friends, actually, the person who does the voice for Nova, apparently she's been getting into it. She was posting on her like Insta story and stuff that she was doing some bouldering, so some rock climbing and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Pretty sick. As far as I'm aware, bouldering is just rock climbing, but I don't know. Seems like Mr. Lonely knows more about that, so I'll let him explain. Dude, forearms are the shiz. I've been slowly getting into working out. I'm just starting very simple, but like, I feel like my forearms are slowly getting better, slowly getting bigger. I've been mostly focusing on like my upper body and arms. I've got a little bit of COVID belly fat that I'm still working off, but other than that, I feel like my upper body's slowly getting better. I mean, I work a fairly physical job, and I'm constantly like lifting 60, 70, 80 pound boxes and stuff, so like I wouldn't say I'm weak. I just don't have like much visual muscle. Like I don't really have much. I would say I have more mass than I would say I have dense muscles, just not much mass, I guess. Volume. That's what I'm looking for. I don't have much volume for my muscles, but I feel like I have good density. I don't know. I'm stronger than I look, is I guess what it is. I don't. I would say, personally, I feel like I look weak when I look in the mirror. But, you know, I've had people tell me that I've got some meat on my bones, so I guess that's good. I guess, you know, you're always your biggest critic, so to myself, I'll always look weaker and skinnier than I want. Yeah, rock climbing, I think, is more so what I was looking into. I remember where I live, there's this place called It's, and it was like a little arcade with... It was kind of like one of those family, like, you know when they show... Okay, I guess that's not actually a good reference, but it had one of those, like, rock climbing walls, and dude, I would go there with one of my friends' families, because they would always invite me over for their birthday parties, dude. I would hit that rock wall. I go crazy. I felt like, I'm sure I was not going up it very fast, but for like a 13-year-old, I felt like I was Spider-Man just scaling that wall. I felt like I was so fast. I realistically was probably not. Yeah, as a kid though, I never actually did that. I was always just, oh, how fast can I get to the top? As an adult now, I would probably, you know, like you're saying, a physical puzzle, I would probably like try to solve that like a puzzle, and, you know, try to challenge myself to go different ways that I normally wouldn't go, and be like, you know, okay, this over here is a stretch, you know, I'm gonna try and, like, you know, you could try and find the most unoptimal route to get to the top, and like try and challenge yourself to make it that route. Um, but yeah. Okay, so I just went through and deleted a whole bunch of code. I don't know if this stuff is still gonna work the way it's intended. Oh my gosh, it still works. I'm insane. I'm cracked. Now, if I kill myself while I'm aiming ADS, it just worked. Oh gosh. Yeah. Moonboard? Oh shoot. That's... Dude. The grip strength when you do rock climbing with stuff like that, like that's what it looks like would be, you know, a moonboard would help is, you know, like I feel like you'd need good grip strength for that, but oh, like, holy. Hey, what's that over there? Oh, I didn't update the pistol article. Whoops. I 9K is an insane amount. Alright, now in theory it should work for the pistol, the assault rifle. It does not work for the pistol. Why? Reticle. Do I... Oh. That's why, because I was using the wrong function. There we go. Alrighty. Boom, there's ADS working. That was the big thing I wanted to get done. Let's go mark that off. Camera manager needs ADS code. Recoil class uses the ADS stuff. Cool. That's something I'm not going to do on stream unless we do that tomorrow, but I definitely need to fix this too. Shooting component I can technically delete now. I probably should delete the hit scan component because I'm just doing it with events now. Build a tracer code into the hit scan component. I did that yesterday. Build a burst counter. I also did that yesterday. I should fix that. I guess we do what I was saying we're gonna do today on stream. So let us create the burst pistol. So let us. Lettuce. You can fight a tomato in Mr. Lonely's game. I don't know if y'all knew that. I think it's a tomato. I'm right, right? You can fight a hamburger. That's melee. Whatever the sound is that they make. Freaking bashing their head into you. What do you mean, bro hasn't even played my game? Nah. Nah. What do you mean? Literally Terrified 3. Oh, look at this dev. Mmm. Hot dogs. Okay. You can fight a lettuce. I guess that's a cabbage. There's a burger. Hey, honestly, I think the sounds in the game are great. I think they were great, personally. Doesn't the tomato like come up next to you and explode, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, okay, see, I'm not crazy. I was trying to go through your devlog to find it, but I'm not crazy. Yeah, it's a flying burger. The only sandwich that flies is a knuckle sandwich, if you know what I mean. You catch my drift. Oh. Call it Fried Terror. That's just off the top of my head. I think that'd be an amazing name. Don't ask me where I came up with that, but I don't know. I think that could be a pretty good name. Don't give me that look. Alright, now let's see. Oh, I forgot I turned the audio down. Look at that, just like that. Boom.
Taking the lead.
Alright, see ya. Good luck on the script. All right, let's work on this silenced pistol. So I'm just gonna make it to where I spawn with it now. Cool. All right, so now let's work on the burst fire rate component. So this is where y'all, can see kind of why I've broken it up into this way. So if I come into components, weapons, fire modes, we just duplicate for now the semi-auto. We can call this burst. And for this, we're going to call fire rate. We're going to put this burst data. Yes, sir. I genuinely found just some free sound effect online, and I'm using that for now. But I like the way that sounds. So definitely we'll be trying to keep that. We'll be trying to keep that whenever we redesign it to kind of match the whole crystal-y sound. But we're gonna have fire weight time between bursts. I don't know if there's a better name for that. Burst gap, burst fire rate. Well, the fire rate is the actual time between shots in the burst, but we'll just do that for now. Time between bursts, and then shots per burst. That'll be by default. Value minimum is going to be 1 because it's a burst. Actually 2. Minimum will be 2 because it's a burst, and if you're not going to have at least 2 bursts, why would you even use the burst? You would use the semi-auto. Okay. Here's where the issue arises. Is there a way? Oh yeah, we're just doing get game time in a second. So the issue is that with the way I was doing this, it's calling these 3 functions for the fire modes from the weapon system. So it calls like, so with the way Unreal's new input system is, you have started, and that's when like a key gets pressed. You have completed, which for the input of shooting is when the key gets released, because you've completed the input action. And then triggered, this will run essentially every frame. So I have it to where, oh, when I press fire, it runs a input pressed function. When I release it, it runs a fire input released, and then every frame that you're holding the key, it runs a custom tick. And so the reason why I do it like that is just, honestly, I can probably remove this. I think I can code my system a little smarter, but this might just be a better way to do it. I don't know if I'll need this. Actually, I will need this in the future. I will not need this in the future because I can start a custom tick based off of input fire pressed and released. But basically, because I was doing this purely on input, the issue with the burst is you can click the key. Let's say you have a burst of 15 shots. You will always shoot all 15 of those shots. It's just, you can click and release the key before all the shots finished, but if all of the shooting code is based off of input, then how would I do it here? But what I can do is, yeah, we're gonna have to redo this math, because custom tick, yeah, it'll run determine fire, and if we start the burst, we're gonna have to use some timers for this. Yeah, okay, if we can fire shot last time, or last shot time, we'll call this instead last burst. Or, no, it'll be last shot, because yeah. And then we'll create a new function called burst index. So if we're trying to fire, and the burst index is equal to our shots per burst, then we want to check if this is... Yeah, so essentially if we're not shooting our last shot in the burst, or if we haven't shot the last shot in the burst, then I'm thinking this math is right. We'll have to just do some really extreme numbers to see. But if the last shot that we shot was our last shot in the burst, then we want to check for the time between bursts. If not, then we want to check fire rate. I think that's what the math is going to be. That sounds right. And then boom, we just set last shot time, call on weapon fired. And we're gonna have to call a function set timer by event, create event. We are going to do this slightly differently. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to recode some of this. Yeesh. I don't like the way that I set this up. No, not a full recode. I just have to move some functions around. We can just disconnect this and put this here. And then, so we would do fire burst. We would call on weapon fired. We would take our burst index, which in here we would set to 0 before we fire. Yeah, we'd set it to 0. We'd call burst fire, or fire burst. We would increment our index because once we shoot, we want to make sure that we are now telling it that we've shot a shot, so let's increase the number. And if this is less than our shots per burst, then we want to set a timer based off of the fire rate. And that will become... We want to also fire a new burst. So boom, 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 that does that. That sets the timer. That'll come back and recall on weapon fired. Increment the burst index. Once that's equal to this, it won't do it anymore. I'm thinking that looks right. I'm pretty sure that's all we need. So let's try that. Shadow Stalker, let's delete semi-auto. because this is not a semi-auto gun anymore. So now let's do burst. Fire mode burst. We want to bind to on weapon fired. And what we want to do is, let's do like time between bursts, half a second, fire rate 10 rounds a second. So and if we make shots per burst, just to really make it crazy, let's do 5. So it should shoot 5 bullets, and then it should make us wait half a second. Okay. Oh. Okay. So if you spam it, I didn't think this would be, I didn't look at, I didn't realize this was the issue. If you click while it's in a burst, it basically becomes full out. Yeah, you can overlap bursts. Dude. You basically restart the burst every time you start the fire. So you can... That's funny. So then what I could do is it only allows us to run this function if burst index is equal to 0. And then what we do is, instead of setting it to 0 before we fire the burst, once we finish it, so when this is false, meaning that our burst has finished, then we just set burst index to 0. And in theory, that should allow us to not spam it. Yes, that did work. However, it's not giving us the full... Like, if we put time between bursts to... I don't know. Oh. That's why. We go back into burst. It's because now this is no longer, so we need to check if burst index is equal to 0. Now I think... Theory? Work? I can't tell. Let's make this super extreme. Let's go to the Shadow Stalker, go to the burst function, make this like 3 seconds for the time between bursts. So, boom, we fire the burst. We do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it hits 5, the burst index will be not less than 5. So, it's a return false. We set this to 0. And the next time that we try to fire, it'll say, oh, okay, here we go. This is what the issue is. We need to set last shot time when we actually fire the weapon. That's what the issue is. This, I think, should work now. Dang, did I really set it that high? I did set it to 3 seconds. Let's do 0.5. Yeah, that's working. Okay, cool. That was, in fact, 3 seconds, yes. Now, just to make this easier, I'm also going to say, if the fire time is all of this code, or if last shot time is equal to 0. Because if last shot time is equal to 0, that means we haven't even fired yet. So Because I'm noticing I like if I set, well, it won't work now, but if I set this to like 5 seconds between bursts, I'll just plug this back up the way it was. I won't be able to shoot for 5 seconds. Like I'm spamming click right now, and you see in the bottom right, as soon as it hit -6 seconds, because it's always ticking downwards, and I start the time at 0, it just wouldn't let me fire. So if I plug this in now, we should be able to fire immediately upon spawning. And now we have to wait 3 or 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Boom. Now we have burst fire. So now we can actually get the settings done, which I am going to load up the old version of Onyx because I really liked the burst parameters that I had there. You know what? Screw it. We don't need old Onyx. This is a new version of Onyx. We'll do it based on game feel. So we as the community will create this, okay? So this would be a fire rate of 10. I'm thinking actually a fire rate of 15, so the bursts are really close together. Or the burst is like a... You want it to be like that nice quick burst. And then the time between bursts would be... Let's just try 0.1 for now. I would hope not to have to touch weapons post-launch, but I don't mind tweaking them. I mean, that's part of just being... Okay. That is not enough time between bursts. Let's go 0.15. Actually, 0.2.
Taking the lead.
Interesting. Okay, so we still need to, on the burst component, we still need to check if the weapon can fire every time that we're doing. We need to like do a preliminary check, because even if we only have 1 bullet in the mag, it still shoots a burst of 5. And I think that's messing up some of the code. Yes, that works perfect. Now I can't shoot again. Oh. If we cannot fire, then we also set burst index to 0, because that means the burst is canceled. We don't have ammo, whatever the case may be. Which means we should also be able to cancel it by meleeing now. So if I... Yeah. Okay, that's great. That doesn't make sense physically, because... And Halo 4 had this, to where if you shot a burst, you could melee while the burst would keep shooting. So, like, let's say for sake of example, your burst shot 10 shots. In Halo 4, you could melee, and while you're meleeing, your gun would still keep shooting all 10 of those shots, even though you're currently in a melee, which... Realistically, yes. In actual burst guns, you can't just stop the burst after like 1 or 2 shots. That's not how the burst functions. But for gameplay, that's like, yes, you could just say, oh, limit. You can't melee if you're in the middle of a burst. But it's like, okay, well, now those systems really have to work with each other. They have to, like, they have to be interlinked and stuff. So this way is just so much easier. It's all broken up and divided. The code is broken up. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense that I can cancel the burst by thrusting. Oh, that's cool. It's also not auto reloading. Oh, because I broke that system. Yeah, I know. I remember. It just with burst stuff, it doesn't work. Okay. Great. If it's a burst, we want it to be... Do we want it to be a burst of 3? Do we want it to be a burst of 2? I don't know. Let's see what a burst of 2 feels like. No, I think I like a burst of 3. Alright, we can close the burst component. I'm pretty confident that it's how we want. Let's do a burst of 3.
You're in the lead.
Alright, this I'm gonna fire it as fast as possible. Y'all tell me if you think this is like too fast or if you think it should be more. I think the actual burst, like the time between each shot in a burst, is good. I like it feeling that faster. What I noticed in Gen 2 is the burst rifle used to have more time in between each shot of the burst, and we just noticed that we couldn't hit consecutive shots. We noticed that like we would only hit the shot on the frame that we pressed it, or if we're like sweeping over our target during the burst, we would only really hit one of them. But with keeping the shots in the burst close together, like it's a lot now obviously this is like a guy just standing still, but it's a lot easier to hit those consecutive shots. So I like that. I just don't know if the distance between bursts is too little or too much. Alright, this is me firing it as fast as possible with these new settings.
You're in the lead.
And just for the sake of testing, I am going to go give the magazine size like 90 ammo, just so I can keep spamming it so y'all can hear it. What do you guys think? Maybe
You're the leader.
a little longer in between, and we'll fix the damage later. Maybe like a quarter second, maybe between shots.
You took the lead.
Ooh, I think that feels good. So if it's a quarter second between shots, let's do the math. If it's 0.066667, shut up. So we shoot one shot, we wait this amount. We shoot another shot, we wait this amount again. So we'll just do times 2 plus 0.25. That means we deal 3 shots every 0.38 second, which means if we multiply that by 2 for 2 bursts, that becomes 0.76. Multiply that by 1.5 to do 3 shots technically, that becomes 1.15. So if we do the damage in such a way that it takes 3 full bursts, I guess that feels weird to be 3 full bursts, because this is it's a silenced weapon. You expect it to be a little weaker, but with the benefit of you don't become visible from invis, and you don't it's really hard to see your tracer, and you know. Actually, how much is it? Yeah. Let's go make a new damage type. Let's just duplicate pistol. We'll call this the Shadow Stalker. It is very strong, yes. Headshot, we'll drop it down to like 35 for headshot, so it's still one tap if you're up close. It's a silenced weapon, so fall off should be... Honestly, that's fine for fall off. If it has max damage within 15 meters. Yeah, that sounds about right. 30 meters is when it falls off to its lowest. So you say the base damage to health would be, let's say, 8. And for shield, Actually, let's do 8 for shield, 10 for health. So it'll take 3 shots to the body to kill. And then this gun should be weaker against shields because it's a subsonic. Yeah, let's see. Right. So now we come over to our hit scan component, put in there our Shadow Stalker damage, and boom. See, this is why this whole new weapon system that I've been working on the last the last month, and the whole reason why I took my PTO is this is a much better weapon system. Like y'all saw, you know, yes, we spent most of the time making the burst component, but like if I wanted to right now, I could create a completely new gun in, you know, 5-10 minutes, assuming you have the animations and the models already set up and all that. Like, we could create a variant of the pistol right now, and the variant of the pistol shoots like sniper rounds, a burst of sniper rounds, because all you have to do is drag these things on there and tweak all of the things. So this is a very powerful system. Depends. I suppose I can.
Took the lead.
Honestly, that kind of feels better. Takes 4 bursts to kill. Ooh, my frames are dropping from all the pickups. The pickups are so unoptimized. I was gonna test something before. Oh yeah, I wanted to test the invis. So now if we go invis, oof, we need to turn that down. Okay. Data, equipment, invis data table. Shooting underscore burst rifle, because that's technically what we're gonna put this as 0.4, max alpha 0.05.
You're in the lead.
And we are gonna make the duration longer. Oh, you stick around for long. I will get to your thing. Algici. Am I saying your name right? Is it Algici? Algiki? Algici? Is it Algici? That's how I'm gonna say it. Okay, let's make it. Why am I ending the play in editor? I don't need to end it. I can just put this on my other screen while I do it. Yeah, well, I don't remember what you say every time I ask. But okay, Algici. Cool. Algici. Let's try this. What does this look like? Nope, that doesn't even make me visible. No, my invis crystals. Yeah, that seems like it's good. All right. Back to Notion. We want to. I don't think I actually wrote that down as something I wanted to do. Those honestly, those are the two main things I wanted to do on stream. What else did we say we were gonna do? Can anybody remember? All right. Make the pistol 1,000 bullets with 100 burst shots at 0.1 main shot. I don't think I'm running at a high enough FPS in editor to actually be able to do 100 rounds per second, but I can try. I am just going to duplicate this and just create a new weapon called Algichi. I got you, my guy. So you want it to be a burst. Shots per burst, 100. Fire rate would be 0.01. Time between bursts, 1 second. I don't know. And because I don't have it fully set up, I don't have the system fully set up for, let me actually put that in here. Weapon system pass. Weapon variants. I don't actually have the variant system set up, but ammo data 1,000. Reserve magazines 5, and then Shadow Stalker on the actual like add weapon function is hard coded right now. That's one of the things I definitely need to fix. But if we switch this to Algichi, then bada bing, bada boom, here's your new weapon. It is not clamped at 1,000 like it's supposed to. Yeah, I didn't set the reserve mags properly. I'm curious, why is that? Oh. There you go. No, I didn't edit the real Shadow Stalker. Maybe I did. I edited the actual silenced pistol thing just for the ammo. Because I need to build... That's one of the next things is the ammo system. This is built into a data asset right now. What I need to do is I need to build that into the ammo components. So I need to say, oh, here's your magazine ammo, max ammo, current ammo. Same thing for reserve ammo, like max ammo, current. But here's your weapon. It's reloading 1,000 rounds and oh. Whoops. No, that's what you wanted. 1,000 rounds per mag. Yeah, there you go. It's just it's not spawning me with enough in my inventory. That's what it's doing. Maybe we got 2 kills with 1 burst. 3 kills with 1 burst. The frames are not liking this one. I mean, what? What? Who? That's crazy. Who drew that? What? Look at that. That's for you guys. Yeah, there's a lot I should do for optimize the whole. Basically, I just want to get the code done for the vertical slice, and then like March, April, whatever I said yesterday. That'll be That'll be optimizing. So it'll literally just be 2, maybe 3 weeks of straight optimizing. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the bullet casings. Honestly, the bullet casings are probably what needs to be optimized. Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool though. Looks like a, you know, a massive battle just ensued here. That's sick. So cool. Now, if I do standalone game, I'll get better frames. So we can actually, because basically that's right now firing at the FPS, and since with as much stuff that was going on in that, I was only getting 30 or 40 frames, which means it was taking a full 2.5 seconds, give or take, to fire the full 100 shots. If I can get more than 100 frames, then I'll be able to get 100 rounds per second, which will just be like a like, that's gonna sound like an A10 Warthog just flying over. Or honestly, that's probably more F6 A10, I'd imagine. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have pressed F11. Yeah, for 12 seconds. This is actually not far off of what we did for our first like power weapon in this build. I literally just took an assault rifle and made it shoot at like, you know, 50 rounds a second.
You're in the lead.
Honestly, for shooting 1,000, I think with the way that I have my sound cue system set up, it doesn't sound bad. Like normally if you play 3, you know, sounds or like the same sound back to back to back, it sounds like super bad. Like you can tell there's some chopping. It like cuts off the last sound. It doesn't really sound that good, but you can tell it a little bit if you really focus on it. But realistically, it doesn't sound that bad. I'm happy with that. Dude, the slide on it. That's so funny. Yeah, no, the weapons don't have any knockback. You can simulate it. I could be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna come fight you." Now this, wait for it, boys. This is a real test. Wait for the FPS to clear up after it despawns all the bullet casings. Oh my gosh. It just crashed. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. Imagine being on the receiving end of this. That's crazy. That's so funny. All right, we had our fun. Thank you for that idea, Elgichi. Let's switch this back to the Shadow Stalker. And let's delete this monstrosity. you know, if Unreal would load anytime soon, that'd be very great. I'd appreciate that a lot, Unreal. You know, not like I wanted to work on my game or anything. Yeah, change back the ammo values too. Yeah, I don't want to be running around with 1,000 rounds in the mag. So let's see. Let's think about this logically for just a base value. 3 rounds per burst, so you want the magazine size to be a multiplier of 3. If it takes 4 bursts to kill, on average, depending on the weapon, I want you to get at least be able to optimally get 2 kills with each gun. So that would automatically put us at 24 for the magazine size. I say we go like 21. See how that feels.
Taking the lead.
Oof, no. Definitely something like, let's see, 24, 27. We could go 30. That's a massive magazine. 30. Let's just go with 24 for now.
Took the lead.
Yeah, so you can get exactly 2 kills with it. Realistically, you're gonna get 1. Or maybe not even 1 kill per mag if you're just missing your shots like I do all the time. Now let's just switch this back to assault rifle.
You're the leader.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I'm thinking we package this and we test this with the boys. That's mainly because I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm probably gonna go lay down for a nap. So that's the main things I wanted to do. I wanted to get the ADS recoil working again and get the Shadow Stalker working. Tomorrow what we'll probably work on is honestly up to you guys. I might post a poll in the Discord. We do take naps in the big two. Literally working nights, I can't take naps because if I were to take a nap during the day, that means it'd have to be on my off day. And if I take a nap after I get home from work, I'm just sleeping. I'm just sleeping my full 8 hours right then and there. So I don't take naps during the work week. During my off days, if I'm taking a nap, I'm also just sleeping because it's nighttime. So my body's like, oh, it's nighttime. We're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna. So, I literally just can't take naps now because I'm on the day schedule right now. I can go lay down and probably take a nap for 2 hours or something. I do have plans tonight, so. But tomorrow, we can work on a few things. Either... I know 2 of the other things. I just want to look through here, see if there's anything else that I want to work on. This is something I just need to look into. I need to add some debug stuff for this, so that's not really that important. Oh, I'll be streaming both Saturday and Sunday, and probably Monday too. Monday is when I have to switch back to a night schedule, but what I'm thinking is I'll probably be up till about, honestly, this time, maybe an extra hour or two, and then I'll go sleep for like 4 hours. So like I'll do like a half night, a half sleep, and then I'll be back on it because I have to work Monday night. So I'll be back on the night schedule. And because I only slept for, 4 hours or whatever before going to work, when I get home from work, I'll just crash and sleep my normal sleep, and boom, I'm immediately back on the night schedule. That's the plan. Who knows if it'll work out like that, but I'm gonna package. We're gonna do a test because I want to test this stuff. I want to make sure it's, I didn't break anything fully multiplayer, and you guys can just get some gameplay. And we'll play on Pathos that way. We'll play on both Pathos and Speedway, that way you guys can see the weapons and the launch pads. But what I'm thinking we work on, there's the two main things. The one big thing was the weapon system pass, which, as you guys can see, I'm still slowly making changes to. Like, again, if I go here, weapon system, like this whole thing of how I'm doing the input, I could make this a little cleaner. And when I go to do the dual wielding, I will probably actually end up making it cleaner, because this is where the whole like fire primary, fire secondary thing is going to be a little different. So, yeah, I'm going to have to optimize, or I'm going to have to change some of this code around a little bit, but like, for the most part, the functions will still do the exact same thing, but, I'm slowly updating this. It's still got a whole bunch of work that it needs, but like, I'm just slowly, one by one, moving things from the player into the weapon system. And so, as I keep doing that, the player will get more and more optimized and more modular, and soon enough, everything will be out of the player and into this system. So, but yeah, that was the big thing, is I wanted to really get the weapon system working. I wanted to be able to get picking up weapons working again. It doesn't play the animation of like equipping the weapon just yet. That's something that, I can work on down the line, but actually just picking up weapons and being able to use them again, that, that's pretty key integral part of the game, especially like throwing the weapons into launch pads and stuff like that. Dropping weapons for your teammates, like that's going to be a pretty integral part of the test session for the vertical slice. So I wanted to make sure I got that work. So I basically got most of the weapon system stuff working again. So most of this is basically fully functional again. The two other big things were dual wielding and assassinations. So I'm gonna go on a BRB while I'm talking about this, because again, I don't need y'all seeing my Steam data. So yeah, dual wielding and assassination. So tomorrow we can either work on dual wielding or assassinations. I am doing that hike in the morning, and other than that, I really don't think I have any other requirements of me or any other like responsibilities. And assuming I do take the nap and I get enough sleep before the hike, and I probably take a nap after the hike, because I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. for that. And I'm going out tonight with some friends, and we'll probably get back around. My sleep is horrible this week, absolutely horrible. But I'm getting good code, and that's what matters. Yeah, up to you guys whether we do assassinations or dual wielding. Assassinations are technically going to be easier on the code side of things, methinks. But honestly, realistically, assassinations are going to be easier code and just more tedious animation because it's animating two characters that are interacting with each other, whereas dual wielding is going to be a lot of animating because we have to get the whole dual wielding pose for both weapons, and it's also going to be a lot of code. So all right, let me get the boys in.
Cheeks. Captain Cheeks.
Cheeks, that's me.
Bonjour, my name is Toaster Strudel.
There's Cora.
Oh, yeah, I had your stream on and I just wasn't listening.
Oh, bruh. Well, it's still going.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Everyone say hi. Everyone say hi to Cora.
He's probably like, my headphones are still dead.
Should have been charging for the last 3 hours. They should be charged by now. Be on in 10 seconds. Was in bed. Oh my! This dude says I gotta lock in because he officially got. I don't know if I should say that on stream, but
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's not. I can say it on stream. I just would much rather leave it for him to announce. So
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
I really should start doing the version numbers on Onyx. I don't know if I'm on the right version. Only one way to find
Yeah.
out.
I have no idea. Just update.
It has been 10 seconds. Not here.
Yeah.
There
Oh.
it is.
What
Don't what the me.
the?
Alright, Shadow Stalker is officially in. And it's intended gameplay. Maybe it's probably going to require a little bit of balancing, but
You know, so why?
oh, also the only thing that doesn't work on the Shadow Stalker is the auto reload because of the new burst fire component.
Oh, it has no bullets.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting absolutely lasered.
I had no nades.
Stupid turret.
Good turret. Good turret.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Also, the ADS recoil should be fixed.
Oh, yeah. No, that's much better.
Fatal error.
Oh,
Oh.
Who did what?
I was just running around.
Yeah, you got the fatal error before anyone else.
Huh.
Well, yeah, I didn't get it at all.
Well, I did, but
Alright, we're gonna join Forest server now. Actually, no. Sindri, do you host?
Anyway, who's that?
You. I ain't
Bro said,
I ain't
"Oh."
doxing names.
It's open.
I know I've said your names on stream multiple times before, but
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure you already said it,
Same,
but
same map.
yeah, for now. We'll do another match on Speedway, but hey, what am I doing? Let me get the Onyx playlist going for this. Of course you have a shield boost. Dang. It is supposed to be, well, I guess it's not supposed to be necessarily a weaker version of the pistol, but dang. Another fatal error. What is causing that?
Well, John killed himself with a nade.
no, I didn't get a
No,
fatal
I
error though. That's just Ben.
Yeah, it's just been. Leave on reopen.
I mean, yeah, but that's not going to cause a crash.
You are crashing. Can you join it? Like, trying to restart it.
Yeah, you have to go back to the menu. I don't have joining in game working.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to assume it has something to do with the player camera manager and not my burst component. Let me know when it's ready.
It's open.
All right,
It's
don't
weird that
pick
it's
up.
just you though. It's like
Huh?
you were on the wrong version or something. I said it's weird that it was just you though. Let's go. Okay.
Lost the lead. Hey, wow, we tied.
Damn, no lunge.
That's crazy.
Oh, well, that's just unfortunate timing.
Okay.
Oh, I was wondering because I was like, holy.
Did anybody have the Shadow Stalker?
I
No.
didn't.
I made sure not to pick it up since you said not to.
I had a SMG, I think, for like before. I'm not sure I was there though.
Interesting. All right, now we join Elite. And do Speedway. If it crashes on here, then it's most definitely the camera manager because the only two things I changed. What are you shooting at?
There's definitely a dude there.
You're the new leader.
What was your body there, huh? Matt, you're terrible.
I know.
Yeah, I'm terrible. I should not have missed that many shots.
He's got turrets everywhere.
Dang. I was just waiting for my thruster
Oh,
to
I'm
recharge.
loading infinitely. No.
Oh damn. That's not what I wanted.
Oh my.
I missed the melee.
Oh.
Dang.
I
That's
had a
just
free
unlucky.
melee. I
That's
just
just
I
unlucky.
missed.
No way. That's insane. So low. Yeah, you're done.
Oh, I missed.
My aim is horrible.
Same. Turret. Ain't no way. What? Where did the turret even come from?
No. Wait.
Ain't no way.
Damn.
Oh my aim, please. I can't see.
No way.
Giant pulse blade in my face. Oh my goodness. I missed that headshot. You're kidding.
I was like, oh, I have the perfect timing, and then I proceed to whip the melee.
Now that's how you use the shockwave. That was elite. Dang.
Oh.
Okay.
You've got 3 minutes.
No, I don't.
Let's go.
No way.
See, what is that? I just watched that. Dang it. Ah, I thought I was pressing the right direction. I need to fix the effect on the invis. It keeps fading out improperly. What is that?
Don't understand.
There's actually no way. What is wrong with you?
You're winning. I don't want to hear it.
So the amount of BS gunfights you want is insane.
Whoa. Let's go.
Only got 1 minute left.
You freaking nerd. I hate you so much.
No.
Steals it.
30 seconds. Let's go.
Wait, that's not a headshot.
No, dang it. Oh. I thought. I really did.
Oh, I have no nades.
You won. Great job.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is definitely Tim.
Yeah, this is Tim. He's hiding
What's up?
behind a freaking pillar.
What?
You were like jiggle peeking from behind the pillar.
No.
That's so weird that it crashed. It didn't crash that game.
I don't know.
Can you kick me?
Kick.
Alright. Weird, I can't click start game at all.
Yeah, for me it just says map name.
Yeah, map name.
Oh, now it says Pathos. Anyway.
I don't know why that's broken. Worked. Alright, well, that works. Something, I guess, with the Shadow Stalker, then. Only thing I can imagine. But it makes no sense why it would crash. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
could
to-
understand if it were crashing while someone were using it, but it was just whenever.
Yeah. We'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe it's like binding to something. That object that is binding no longer valid. So it's trying to get a, I don't know, an object reference or something. I couldn't tell you. But we'll see. But alrighty, well, stream, that is it for today. Super short stream compared to yesterday. But still got some good stuff done. I'm gonna post a poll in the Discord for if you guys want me to work on dual wielding or assassinations tomorrow. We'll see which one, but I think I know which one I want to work on. But we shall see. I should have a little more time tomorrow, depending on what time I go to sleep and what time I wake up. So, short stream, heading out. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the stream and enjoyed the quick little test at the end. Despite all the crashing that was happening, I don't know exactly what's going on. I wonder if it's still copied to my clipboard. It is in my clipboard. We'll see. I can look some of this stuff up. So, yeah. I shall talk to you guys later. So, thanks for watching. Expect a stream tomorrow. Don't know when though, but I'll ping in the Discord. So. Later.